just got home from work a short while ago, and I remembered that my friend was talking to me about a Filipino restaurant that is really close to her house, and we can't figure out which one it is. So we're going to choose our own Filipino restaurant, because I haven't been to one in a really ever. I don't know why I was going to say a really long time, but I actually have never been to a Filipino restaurant. I really don't understand why, because I've had Filipino food and I like it. So I can't wait to go and try some food out. I've got my beautiful little lap gown that I've been working on. It is a granny stripe crochet. This one I'm working from the center out, and I've got it in this really pretty tote that I got a while ago. I got it at a swap meet, and it's really cute and I love it. So that's what I've been using to cart this around, but it's already getting too big. I think I'm going to end it on this stripe, and I'll go into it a little bit further later on. But this was a center out, like a little granny square out little project that I've been doing, and I'm having a lot of fun working it on an oversized crochet hook, actually. And funny thing is that I started out using a thicker weight yarn, and I'm ending it using, I think, more of a DK weight. So it's definitely different. You can see the difference in the size, but I like it. I think it's cool, and I didn't change my hook size either. But that's what I'm doing right now, and that's what I'm going to be working on while I am waiting for my food. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, really? This seriously had to happen. The second I started turning this on, a fly went. So, after dinner, with all that porky goodness, I have to have a little bit of tea to break all that down, because that was insanity. But you guys, how cute is my little cup? It's adorable. I love it so much. I got it at Disneyland, and it wasn't too expensive. It came in like this dual tower little pack, and it came with 2 little teacups and saucers and this cute little box of tea. And it's beautiful. I haven't had any, which is funny because I think I really just wanted to show it off and talk about it before I even opened it up. I don't know, but I guess that's why I haven't tried it. But I did open up my teacup, the saucer section, and had some of my tea. And this is just pure leaf peach, like a pure leaf peach tea. And it's really good. I love it. But this tea, I'm really curious about. It says Wonderland Tea, the official unbirthday tea. And I'm really counting this as like an unbirthday gift. Even though last month was my birthday. Oh, look, I haven't even looked at it, but it comes with these little individual teas, and I didn't actually even see the teas that it comes with. And this is a lemon honey chamomile, just an English breakfast, Mad Tea Party blend. I don't know what that means. I really need glasses Indian black tea with ginger, peach, and apricot flavors. Interesting. This is Earl Grey, so there'll be some bergamot in there. I think that's how you say that. How cute. I only just noticed the little pictures on each. Aww. And this last one is a topsy-turvy tea blend. And that's got, again, Indian black tea with oil of bergamot and citrus flavors. So kind of like an Earl Grey. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to trying those. And I kind of went off the rails because initially what I was going to do is start showing you guys my awesome little granny blanket, like granny stripes blanket, and I've been dying to show it to you guys. I have other things that I've done and have been doing that I probably should have been talking about, but for some reason I was most excited about this particular project and really wanted to show it off and share it with you guys because it is so freaking easy, so easy and so fast and so amazing, and I've really enjoyed doing it. I feel like it's kind of drawing me back into the crochet because I have clearly lost my knitting mojo and yarn dyeing mojo and all the mojo because I've been too busy. But sneaking in some crochet here and there has been really beneficial and really helpful and really helping me unstress. So let me take it out and show it to you guys. I wish that I had the yarn that I started out with in the first place. These are all store-bought yarns that I used. Oh, I have the label. So initially, and I don't have all the yarn colors, sadly, but initially I started with, they're called Sugar Bee yarns by, I guess it's the house brand at Hobby Lobby. And it was the sugar wheel. And literally, it's just acrylic. It's not, I have no shame. I don't care if I'm using acrylic. I'm not actually a yarn snob. I think I have a blog or a podcast-y episode where I think I say something about being a yarn snob. I'm not a yarn snob. I don't care what I'm using. I don't have any issues or problems using my own hand-dyed yarn, someone else's hand-dyed yarn, luxury yarn, or acrylic yarn of any brand, store-bought or otherwise. I don't care. It's all beautiful. See? So I started off with like this center granny square, and all you do is just keep on building and adding stripes over and over and over again, and just make it as big or as little as you want. So the first center bit of it up to about here on either side is the first ball of yarn, which was a multiple of grays and black, right? And the next sugar wheel ball started again at gray and faded into these colors here, which were pretty awesome, and ended with, I believe, this gray. And that's where I ran out of my sugar wheel, because the first couple of sugar wheels I used on a crochet shawl. That was kind of how I got myself out of my slump. And this is really amazing yarn. I wish I could remember the names. If I remember them and anybody cares, I will put them up in the comment section down there, or the description section below. I'll probably remember. I don't know. I might not remember. Maybe I'll find these somewhere. This one's in my granny blanket. This is Strawberry Swish is the one where it was gray and burgundy and pink. That's the strawberry swish one. Oh God, you guys, this is amazing. I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And it is, the only thing that I don't like about it is this yarn from Hobby Lobby, the Sugar Wheel, is particularly thick. It's really worsted. Like, it's almost Aran weight worsted. And so even though I knit it, I crocheted it with a thicker needle or hook than what was called for in the pattern. There was no pattern. I used a bigger hook than what was called for in the yarn label. That did not matter. I really should have, for this particular yarn, if I wanted it a nicer drape like I have here, I should have gone a few needle sizes up. And then this would have been a lot drapier and more floppy. And instead it's not. It's thick. It's kind of, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but it's just, it feels thick and coarse and not drapey. The opposite of drapey. Stiff. That's a good word. Stiff. So, but it's still cool. I love it. It's still pretty. Sorry you can't see the whole thing, but the camera's like too close to me. So, that was that. And that's all Sugar Wheel from Hobby Lobby, which was very nice. I really still like the way that it looks. I think it looks stunning. The colors are pretty. They're not old, faded. They're kind of modern colors. And they look beautiful in a granny stripe. I mean, who knew? I've been using the Sugar Wheel yarns that way. And thinking, you know, it's acrylic, so it'll be fine in a granny stripe. It's like no muss, no fuss kind of thing. Don't even think about it. Just do it. And it turned out to be like epically gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I love my granny stripe shawl in this yarn with all the different colors. And I didn't worry about the yarn running out halfway through a row and, you know, causing a shift in color. Sugar Wheel or even Lion Brand Mandala. What? Mandala? Mandala? How do you say it? I don't know how you say it. But any of those yarns, oh, this is strong, will, you know, those little wheels, the sugar, what do you call it? The freaking, these type of cakes that have these color shifts and color changes. But they're, you know, when you go to the big brand stores, the shifts occur with like a long length of yarn. Like a long length at a time. And so, but when it shifts from one color to the next, it's a gradual shift. So, yeah, it's going to be white, but it's going to fade into the gray with a lighter gray, and it gets darker and darker until it gets to that gray. And from this gray to that gray, it'll get kind of darker and darker until it gets to that solid gray. And from this gray to that pink, it'll be like a grayish, pinkish kind of tone until it gets to that solid pink. Well, that's great. That's fine when the colors are light, but when the colors are not light, such as this sort of thing, like you get some funky shifts of colors in between here and there. At one point, I could have sworn I saw purple. It was pretty crazy, but it works, and you can't really see, you can't really tell. It's not like sticking out in your face. And I think it's because the way the stripes, you know, the little shells, the way they connect with each other, your eyeballs do not see any of those issues. The other thing that is interesting about this that I did was kind of taking a page out of like Stephen West's laissez-faire kind of attitude towards types of yarn that you use in a project. I'm figuring this is a granny stripe. It doesn't matter. All the colors are fading in and out of one another. The shifts are drastic from one row to the next. I'm not making them even. It just doesn't really matter. So, as I said, taking a page out of his book, I've got a ball of the Lion brand yarn, mandala, I don't know how to say it, but this is more of a sport weight, guys. The yarn from Hobby Lobby was like a number 4. It actually felt like a very thick number 4, and this feels like a very thin number 3 yarn. That means it's the sport weight. I literally could have doubled up on it and had about that thickness, but I didn't. I just used it and I didn't care. And I can't, let me see if I can find, yeah, this is the one. This is called also acrylic, and it's called Genie. It's just Genie. And that is not at all what it looks like to me. I don't know if I'm crazy, but that doesn't look like the yarn that I used at all. So I don't know where those colors came from. That does not look like this ball of yarn at all. That looks more like blue. And this definitely does not look blue. It's gray with whatever that is, like a green gray. And then green, white, and some more gray. And I'm nearly done. And that's a little bit of darker stripe gray there. Now, if you notice the difference, this is very drapey. See, that's the kind of drape that I would have liked for my shawl. But it's also a slightly sloppy kind of thing. I feel like it's a little bit sloppy, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's really nice. I really enjoy working with the crochet hook, and this is really easy, super fast. You can do it at the movie theater. I was doing it in the dark to the movie theater. It doesn't bother me. I'm doing it while I'm watching TV, binge watching shows. I take it with me in the car. I knit or crocheted it at the restaurant. It's really easy to do it without looking. I guess I'm getting a little bit better at crocheting and not being scared. I messed up on a couple of, like, one of the corners. Instead of doing 3 stitches, which you're supposed to do here to be the corner, I just did 1, and I did 2 of those. On one corner I only did 1 shell. It was crazy, but I fixed it the next row. I didn't go back and, you know, rip it back, which I normally would have to do with anything crochet. You have to rip back because everything just gets really messed up if you miss or mess something up. But for some reason, this square center out little blanket, it didn't matter that I messed things up that way. I was just able to just keep on going, and to my eyes it doesn't look weird or crooked, or I see nothing wrong with it. I think it's beautiful, and it's going to be really comfortable. The only thing that bothers me about granny square anything is all the holes. It can get a little bit chilly in between the holes, but it's California. I shouldn't be that cold. I really should just stop being such a sissy about being so cold all the time. It's springtime. It should be warm, but it's cold here right now. Like, what's the temperature right now, Nate?
60.
Sorry, I kind of paused it. 60? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyhow. So, let me show you really quick some of the yarn that I have purchased at the store. I think I've been to Hobby Lobby, I've been to Walmart, and I've just been buying stuff like crazy. So I'll show you really quick the craziness that I found at the Hobby Lobby. First of all, those sugar wheels. They look like this, only they are much more in your face, bright, thicker. This is DK weight. As I said, that's worsted weight, but it's like really thick, kind of heavy worsted weight, and it's lovely to work with. I'm not allergic to it, which is even better. I'm not allergic to Lion Brand either. I was that close to buying some Karen, I think it's Bernat actually, or maybe Yarn Inspirations or something like that. I was going to get it, but I know, and you guys know, anybody that has watched my show in, you know, for any length of time would know that I'm very sensitive, and I am really allergic to Karen, pretty much anything. And those Karen cakes that came out, that was really bad. So I was very tempted to get some of that for this, and then I realized, what, are you ridiculous? That's just not possible. I couldn't have stuck that in there. No matter how many times I washed it, it wouldn't have helped. So I needed to kind of bring myself back down to earth and deal with some of this yarn. But first, I'm jumping around, but it's because I'm excited. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This friggin' wheel from the Yarn Bee brand. It's the Hobby Lobby brand. I was amazed. I don't like this kind of stripey. Knit up, I'm never very happy with that. But this was so delicious. I had to try it. I had to get it. And I have not been able to open it up and do anything with it because I really wanted to share it with you guys first. And I shared it on my Instagram account, which, by the way, I changed my Instagram name to My Michelle Knits, MY Michelle Knits, MY for maximum yarnage, not for my, but maximum yarnage. So it's MY Michelle Knits at Instagram. And I did that because I wanted to change my name to the business name, but I didn't. So I kind of made a compromise. I needed to change my name. Beanchy Meachies is gone. It's me just kind of growing up. So, My Michelle Knits, that's all there is to it. And that's me now. So, I shared it there first, and I was really excited, but I just couldn't open it up and check it out until I show it to you guys. Now that I have, I'm going to open it up. This is in the color, it is a number 4, and it is 100% acrylic. It's 502 yards and 200 grams, 7 ounces, 200 grams. It is a lay flat to dry. It is soft to the touch. It is super soft. It's got a bit of a halo. I don't know if you can see, but it has some peach fuzz there. It's like a little halo, and it's gorgeous and wonderful. It was $7.99, but I got it at a discount. I think 30% off. And that's what that looks like. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so soft and cuddly. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might make like, I don't know, guys. What can I do with this? I could make some lovely gloves. I was thinking about making some socks because it looked like it was thin enough to make some socks. But I kind of don't want to make socks out of it. I don't think that I want to make another little granny square blanket. As lovely as that sounds, I really think that I want it to be something that I can wear. So I'm either going to make like a little drapey thing or maybe a hat. I doubt it. I doubt I'll make a hat out of it. I do have to be careful because I am concerned because of the fuzziness of it that I might be allergic to it, because I tend to be allergic to that kind of like fuzzy sort of yarn, which like Karen Cakes, for example, has. But I really just I don't know, guys. Alright, I'm just using it really quick so you can kind of see how easy or hard it is to work with it. And it's not hard at all. And I think I kind of like it with the hook that I'm using now, so I'm probably going to do something cute and drapey with it. And that's kind of what it looks like. Let me do a little bit more. I have one more little little thing to show. Oh yeah, that's cute. I think I'm gonna like that. So I'm probably gonna do like a small little shawl, like a shawlette or something. And that looks really lovely. I mean, look at that yarn, the way it just kind of lays and drapes. And that stripiness isn't overwhelming. I've used some Lion brand yarns. Excuse me. I've used some Lion brand stripy yarns where the stripe can be that candy stripe look to the yarn, can be a little bit overwhelming and a little disconcerting when you're just trying to knit it up or crochet it up, and it just doesn't seem to blend or work with whatever it is that you're trying to do, with whatever stitch you're trying to create. So I don't know, I never really actually found anything that works for me with that candy stripe look, but that particular candy stripe look is subtle, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. Next is this toasty sweet fruit salad. I kind of would have preferred to do like a little mini yarn review with these yarns. I might do it another day. And I might just go out and use it as an excuse to go buy more of this delicious yarn. It is so freaking cute. I don't know what it is about me lately, but yellow and orange have like really been drawing my eyes, and pink. And I mean, it just, does it not look like a flower? Like this just beautiful little flower. It's so gorgeous. And so this is called Fruit Slush. That's the name of the color. And Toasty Sweet, it was $6.99. Again, I got it on a discount. Use size 9 needles. It is, I wish I had glasses, 75% acrylic and 25% wool. I think it's 25, yeah. And it's, again, lay flat to dry. So is the other one, but that one's 100% acrylic. So that is just such a trip to me. This is only 253 yards and about 150 grams or so. So, you know, there's a lot less of it. But hey, like, I really like the fact that it's got a little bit of acrylic and a little bit of wool in there. I found that to be really interesting. And they've got some really interesting blends. They have like acrylic and, what was it, Nathan? They have acrylic and, not lamb, what, alpaca. Yeah, acrylic and alpaca. I was really impressed. I don't know if Michael's has acrylic and alpaca blend or acrylic and wool blends. I'm sure that they do. I'm sure they do. I just never really bothered to look. But I just like the way their little cakes are designed and the colors that they're using, and the yarn blend is particularly nice. I'm really interested to see what this is going to, you know, feel like, because it feels good. It doesn't feel scratchy or itchy. It feels nice. It feels like it's going to feel great. So that's that. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly go over some of the colors of the Lion brand yarns that I recently got. I was thinking I was going to keep on adding some more stripes to this little blanket, but personally I think that it's good enough for me to just sit on my lap, and it's more than covering my lap. So I feel like if I made it any bigger than that, then it won't really be a lap gown. I might want to do something bigger and just as drapey, like from the center out, maybe a different pattern. And I might do that with these yarns. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet, but This is Wood Nymph Mandala Lion Brand yarn. And these colors are just really so cute. I'm honestly, I'm impressed with these Lion Brand yarns that they keep coming up with, and the colors that they're coming up with. They've got a few patterns on Lion Brand that are nice and they're free. I don't like this. Like, ugh, I'm sorry, but I don't like that. But they've got some nice patterns that I've seen recently. I know I bought this yarn in the past. I bought it before I made a scarf shawl thing out of this yarn, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was this one. I really liked it. I do use it. I don't know what color that was though. This one is Valkyrie. I don't know what that other one was because I didn't have. This one is Dream World. This one I was going to use for sure in my blanket, but I already have pink in it, you know? I thought maybe I would have preferred to throw some blue in there, like blue and gray. That was my thing with this particular blanket. Was it always started out with gray and ended with gray. Whatever colors in between were just whatever colors in between. And I didn't even care if they matched or went, or I didn't stress out about it at all. The only thing that I cared about was that it started with gray and ended with gray. So the ball started with gray and ended with gray. And this one I wouldn't have used it because it didn't end with gray. Maybe I would have, I don't know. This one is called Phoenix. Oh my goodness. I mean, but those colors are pretty, they're really intense. And they're honestly just as intense. I don't know if this is like the first time that my colors have worked out so well. And I don't know if it's the yarn or if it's that I finally got my lighting to work. This one I might have used because I know it looks terrible here. Because it starts with gray and kind of ends in like a soft gray. This is hard to see, but it is a gray. Yeah, it's there. My lighting is working, man. It's on point, as they say, right? It's on point. Unicorn, licorn? Oh, that's another language. Unicorn. Who calls it a licorn? Lerper. And that's it. And some gum. Girls gotta have gum. What happened? Oh, I forgot to mention this. I got some baby yarn. I made a couple of things for my nephew. And you didn't know that he was born. Yeah, my nephew was born. And I made him stuff out of yarn and things. And it was really cool. But I didn't make a blog post out of it. Sorry. But so I think I got this because I kind of wanted to make him a little cardi or something. And I better get started because he's getting bigger and bigger every day. And I'm thinking I'm going to probably make a little something for a 3-month-old, or maybe something, maybe like a 3-month-old, because by the time I get started doing this and find a pattern and get, you know, finish it, he'll be about 2 months. And so then he'll be ready with this one for 3 and up. And this is acrylic. It's 60% acrylic and 40% nylon. And well, it says polyamide, so whatever. And what is it? A number 3, so it is a DK weight or light worsted, light some sport, whatever. Anyway, I'm starting to babble, but this is B. It's baby B, and it's called Sweet Delight in airplane color. I like it. I like this pretty little gray. I made him recently. I can't remember the name of the pattern. It might have been Fernando or Francisco. I have no idea. But it was one of Joji Locatelli's little baby tunic type tank toppy type little thing, and I made that for him. And my sister sent me pictures of my little nephew wearing them and said she's really super happy with it, because I made it out of acrylic. It was actually, I think it was Red Heart. I'm on a crazy acrylic shopping spree lately, but it's because, you know, I made her something with superwash, and it was this yarn. It was this superwash Malabrigo Rios, and man, I mean, she put it in the washing machine, and I think that that was fine, but she also kind of accidentally put it in the dryer and not felted AF, and that was not good. She was really sad about that, so I got on it and I started like making her more hats, and you know, the little tunic and more hats. So he wore the little, I'm calling it a tunic, but it's not even a vest. It's kind of like a tank top type thing, but it goes, you know, pretty far down, and he likes it. Like, it keeps him snugly warm, but not too warm. I mean, it gets hot and cold here, like really fast. Hot and cold all the time, so it's really bad. So you have to kind of be careful. I worry about making him anything out of wool because, number one, I don't know if he might be allergic to it. I'm allergic to everything, so I'm not going to assume that my nephew is going to be totally fine with every single fiber. And number two, I worry that he's going to get too hot and that we're not going to know. And he's going to get upset or fussy or, I don't know. I don't know. I worry. I don't know. This baby has me like super crazy worried all the time. And he's great. He's fabulous. There's nothing wrong with him or anything. But gosh, yeah, he's just so freaking cute. I'm going to ask my sister if I can share a picture with you guys. Well, I've done it on Instagram without anyone's permission, so you can always check him out there. He's just freaking adorable. I've got one more little thing that I want to show you guys before I go. I have a lot more to share with you guys, but I'll do that on another video. I have a little bit of birthday yarn from last month that I can share with you guys, which was really special, but we'll leave that for another day. The only other thing that I wanted to show you guys was I've been going to Disneyland a lot because we got annual passes for my Christmas gift to us, and so we haven't mostly the idea was that you guys know that my husband has had surgeries on his back, and he struggles with walking and he has to walk with a walker, and so he's now received his surgery. He's got his device implanted. It's called I can't remember what it's called right now, a spinal stimulator, and so that was done in February. The recovery was lengthy, and he couldn't lift or bend or stoop or do anything, or carry anything. I mean, he just couldn't do anything for 8 weeks straight. And he was very diligent and was very careful, because the last thing he wanted to do was mess those things up and have to do the surgery all over again, which has happened to people. So what I wanted to do is, I knew that we were going to have to go through all that stuff. So for Christmas, I got the unlimited year passes for the two of us as a gift for the year, for the really hard things that we were going to have to go through together, and that we would just walk it out. And he has to get exercise, and he has to go walking, and little by little he's got to just get his strength back. So I thought, what a great way to do that than by going to Disneyland. I remember going to Disneyland, I would walk for hours and hours and hours. So I'm sorry, you guys. There's an insect in my house, and it's really big. It could be a bee, but it's probably a June bug, and it's really loud. It's over there by my really big light. Oh my gosh. It's a really big bug. Okay, so let me hurry this along. Anyway, so we've been going to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland a lot to get exercise, to walk around, And then he went into the surgery in February, and we were out for 8 weeks. And finally, he's done, and he's recovered, and we're back out at Disneyland and having a great time. We've been out to Disneyland twice since his recovery, and what I missed the most about going to Disneyland for those 8 weeks were the progress keepers. You guys, I know I'm going on and on, but you guys, the progress keepers, okay, they call them charms. Silly humans, they don't know. They call them charms there because they have charm bracelets. Oh my God, look at that. The little ear is bitten. I didn't even know. I didn't even know, you guys. The little cookie ear was bitten. Oh my God. That's my little cookie. I have more, and I'll show you guys later because they're somewhere else. That's so loud. I wish you guys could hear that insect. It is, I'm pretty sure it's a bee. I'm pretty sure it's a bee in my house. That's a little ice cream with the little ears. And oh. Okay. And here's here's a little Tinkerbell. I have one more in here. And then we're gonna go because this bee is gonna kill me. Oh, I'm pretty sure that this is the second one that I have of this one. They are about like anywhere between $5 and $7 a piece. Maybe it's a fly, like together with another fly. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, I want to show you guys again my little bag, and it's my favorite witch, the Snow White witch. I forget her name, but it's my favorite witch. And Ursula and Maleficent. I got this at the swap meet when I was shopping for baby stuff, and it was like not very expensive. It's not the greatest quality ever. That's a bee, dude. That's gotta be a bee. Okay. Not the greatest quality ever, but it's good enough. It is actually good quality. It's not bad. And look at my little pin. Oh, it's on the floor. Oh, I think it's dying. Oh, it must have stung something because it's dying on the floor. There's a bee dying on the floor for no reason. Oh God, no, it's not dying. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I am looking forward to doing more of this, hopefully in a probably more, you know, serene sort of environment where insects aren't attacking me in my own home and stuff. And don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Leave me a comment down below. Show me your love. Tell me that you're still there for me. And oh, by the way, I posted up the Christmas videos, and probably before I do this one, I'm going to try and see if I find the New Year's Eve one, and hopefully by the time you guys are watching this, that one's already posted and I am in order-ish. Bye! No, don't feed the animals! Find the bee! I can hear it. It's still there. Oh my God. No, it wasn't on the door. It was down on the floor. No, it's a vicious attacky bee. He fixed it. Buddy.